Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. What a great bit of common sense. Those clients who matter to you won't mind if you are who you are, and if you say what you really believe. In fact, they'll be drawn to you because the style of your practice, your personality, and your values will resonate with them. They will get you. They'll feel a kinship with you, and they'll naturally want to help you as you want to help them. Your clients make referrals because it's basic human nature to want to help others. If they make a good referral to a family member or to a friend, they're making a positive difference in someone's life. It makes them look good and shows that they care. Yet they don't want to look foolish by making a poor referral, and that's why trust is such a critical element in the referral process. A proven way to build trust, as you build any new relationship, is to share your story. By writing a biography, you'll be able to describe who you are, where you've been, and what matters most to you. Potential clients who share common interests will connect with your biography when they read it in print or see it online. Learning more about what makes you tick will give prospects an insider's view into your world, and it will allow them to decide that you're the right person to handle their important problem. Because learning more about someone is the first stage in building a meaningful relationship, you should include both professional and personal information in your biography. Although some professionals may feel uncomfortable providing personal facts, this type of sharing enables prospects to begin to really identify with you. Though every biography should include information about your education, your experience, and your achievements, adding some personal facts about your childhood, your family, and your favorite activities will go a long way toward helping clients understand you better. The more they discover what you share in common, the more likely it is they'll want to work with you, come back again, and send you their friends. People always relate more to a story than to a resume. So at the end of your biography, write down the story of how you came to be in your practice, and include a few words about what you enjoy most about your work. Professionals who can express why they love to do what they do are very attractive to potential clients who want to know that you'll be highly engaged in the work they need. They don't want to be just another client or patient, and neither would you. Use Worksheet 2.1 from your workbook to draft your biography and your story. And you should be sure to revisit it from time to time to improve it, to update your interests and activities list, as well as your recent accomplishments. So welcome back. This is session 2 of Landing Referrals. And today we're going to talk about something that's crucial to landing referrals, which is figuring out what you do and who are your ideal clients. Because the mistake that so many people in business or professional practice make is shooting too broadly when they're looking for clients and taking anybody who comes along and has $10. And that backfires because it doesn't call on you to do your best work. It doesn't call on you to do the work that's most fun for you. And so if you can identify your ideal clients, which is based on what you do and who you are and what you really want to do, you are ahead of everybody in the game. We're going to start with talking about who you are. And here's why it matters, because the best relationships that you can have with your clients are with clients that you like, people who you have a natural affinity for, and vice versa. And there's a saying in business that all things being equal, people would rather do business with a friend. And not only that, but all things being unequal, they'd still rather do business with a friend. And so if you can identify the kind of people who you work best with, that, as I said, gives you a leg up. Picture, if you will, an accountant in Minneapolis who happens to be a woman.
Okay.
She lives in downtown Minneapolis. She likes to ski, which is good when you're in Minnesota. She has a golden retriever dog. She goes to the Lutheran church, and she specializes in working with businesses that are starting up because she knows how to help them. So an ideal client for her would not only be a startup business, but an ideal client would be a woman or maybe a man who lives in Minneapolis, share the same interests, share the same geography, who has a golden retriever, let's say, who likes to ski, and who goes to the Lutheran Church. That's sort of an extreme example, and you don't need that to have all of that to have an ideal client. But it illustrates what I'm talking about. And so the reason that we want to identify and talk about who you are as the first part of this is to see what qualities you have that are like the woman accountant from Minneapolis. There is a book written by a fellow named Joe Calloway, and I'll put this in the program notes. And it's called Becoming a Category of One. And the premise of the book, which is very good, I recommend it to you, is that if you did something that was in demand and you were the only one who had provided that service or that product, you would have a very powerful market position because you would be a category of one. And so the objective of defining your ideal client is trying to figure out what you can do that would make you the sole provider of the service that you provide or the product that you provide. And that doesn't mean the specs of the service or the product itself. While it includes that, it also includes the way you provide it, which is where professionals can really make a difference. So with what you do, you practice law, you're a litigator, there is a certain service that you provide and a way that you provide it as a person.
Okay.
Same with you with pay-per-click marketing. A lot of people do pay-per-click marketing, but not many people do it, if any, the way you do, Paul Gallipo. Same with videography. There are a lot of videographers, but if you can create a sort of relationship with clients and prospective clients based on the way you provide your service, that makes you a category of one, and that's a powerful position to be in.